Hey, before you watch this thing, hit subscribe, would you? So then you go to University of Tennessee. What do you think's going to happen then?
I followed my high school boyfriend. I had no intention of, this sounds psycho. I had no intention of graduating. I thought, my parents said either the military or college. And I was like, I'm too sissy to be in the military. And I dated my high school boyfriend, and everybody got married right out of high school in this rural town. And I thought, because in my mind, this is crazy. I was always thinking Hollywood, but at the same time, I'd been raised around all that, and I thought, well, I'll marry and have a bunch of kids, and we can raise our own tobacco. Well, he was smart and wanted to go to college, and went to UT. I followed him there. I nagged him because he was getting drunk and singing Rick James and stuff. And I nagged him. Yeah. I nagged him. He broke up with me, and I flailed around. At UT. But let me tell you that I went to this little bitty country school where it was Future Farmers of America, home ec, very few college preps.
At UT?
No, at my little high school.
Got it.
Then when I got to UT, and you have to take that test at orientation, I don't know how they didn't go. Just, girl, you can mop, but you're not going to be able to stay. But anyway, I was really not prepared to go to a large university, and I that's one of the things that I felt very outsider, because God put me with a bunch of country club, private school girls who were smart, who had gone to private school. I roomed with all these girls. They would kind of make fun of me. I mean, it was...
Were you prettier than them?
I don't know about that, Neal. I mean,
were you in the same league?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Did they like that or not?
Maybe that was what was... I don't know. I think I had charisma. I do think that. And
Hello.
And they did steal my clothes and wear them, because I went through the whole Bananarama, Madonna. I was all in that. They were in preppy pink and green and lions and
this is
tigers
81,
on their
82,
belts.
82, 81, 82, 83?
83.
83, yeah.
And I was, in Guess jeans,
Chips.
overalls.
You're watching Chips every Friday night?
I don't know if I was watching Chips.
You were watching the Dukes of Hazzard.
I mean, I'm not. Kind of not.
I mean, I guess you're from it.
I don't like truck movies and cars going fast.
Okay.
I was watching Sweet 16 and Breakfast Club, and I was doing all that.
Fair enough. Okay, here's a question. Do you think that what you described as everybody from your town getting married right out of high school, is there something to be said for it?
I mean,
if it's almost like arranged marriage in a weird way, or like, if it works, it kind of works. It works well enough.
It does work well enough. And you got to think about, these families were all farming families. So these, grew up together, and then now you got two big farms.
It's just about land.
Sounds like Yellowstone, but it's a lot of farming families and all that. And so, a lot of people, and had a bunch of kids, and they're doing fine.
Yeah.
I went to my class reunion. Everybody was doing well. Nobody was in jail. We've lost a few, but I mean, people were tickled and still with their spouses and all that.
And they didn't seem any better or worse off than people that moved and got at this and did all the stuff.
No.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fun. And I tell you, being out here, Neal, I didn't realize, when I tell people I have a 31-year-old and I'm a grandmother, people look at me like, did you squat in a field in the mountains at 14 and have a baby? But I was 27 when I had my first baby. That seemed normal to me.
That's probably
I had a lot of eggs.
You had so many eggs. I mean, everyone watching and even listening to this can tell she's what they call a fertile myrtle.
Was very fertile.
Of course. But 27's late for a kid, probably where you're from, right?
Probably about average, really.
Okay.
I mean, my parents had them younger than that, like 21. But 26, 27.
Yeah. It's nothing crazy.
I didn't think it was crazy, but out here people go, what?
Well, out here you got to freeze stuff. I mean, there's a whole process.
Everybody's freezing.
Everybody's freezing.
They're all freezing.
And then they start when they're 4, and it's like, what do you? And then they it's hard.
It's very hard. I've noticed a lot of people going through that.
What do you think? Do you just think like, oh, honey?
I understand the ambition
Yeah.
that women want to go and do.
Yes.
And I had that ambition, but I thought, I want those babies first. I got to have those babies. And then, when that television deal came, by the first one that I had, that was the pretty big, I thought, mine were probably in elementary and middle school. And it didn't make it, but I look back on that and I think that was God's protection that, if they'd have come out here, or I remember them saying to me, "You'll need to move out here and not bring your family because it'll get canceled probably. So it's more likely for you to win the lottery for it to make it." And when I look back on that, I think I couldn't have lived away from my children, not raised my own children, even for a year. I've been away from everybody and they're grown, they don't even need me, and this has been hard. So I'm glad it didn't make it then, and I'm glad I got to go on and stay in Knoxville, have my babies, talk about things that are really relatable to people that's made me successful now, because
all of your
talk
material is age appropriate. It really is like you children and they're adult. And I have big panties and
menopause.
Yeah, I have menopause and I'm sure you got you got itches and you got. I feel like there are many drug commercials that apply to you.
Pepsid. I would love to do sometimes I have the GERD on the road.
Sure.
You know how it is, Neal.
Do I? I literally ChatGPT'd GERD natural remedies within the last week. Okay, and then you sort of, how did you mentioned rejection being God's protection. Were you always in touch with that? Or did it feel like
it felt
personal,
like miserable and horrible at the time? I think I went into a clinical depression after that first big rodeo, because that was my first one. I didn't know how Hollywood worked. And when they called one day and said, "It's over, it's not happening, we now have reality TV," it was the first writer's strike. That ended that one. And I took to the bed, and Chuck bought me a puppy, thinking that would make me feel better, and that puppy was from heaven. But
talk to me about your bed game. What were you doing? What was it, all 24 hours? What was it?
No, but I still had children to raise. But no, I got when you get depressed and everything looks gray. I couldn't get booked. Nobody cared. It was just a bad time. I went from newspaper articles, and Leanne's got this deal with ABC and Warner Brothers, blah, 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 Tom Warner, to it's over, and then could not get arrested for a couple of years, bad, like not getting many gigs. Then got another deal with Matt Williams that created Roseanne and Home Improvement. Went through all that with TV Land and Nick at Night. Then they go, "You know what? She's too traditional. Meaning a man and a woman and children. That's not fun," which I get. That was, kind of boring. And
it only applies to like 95% of the country, but it's a little traditional. What? Okay, so and did you? If clinical depression, did you take it personally? This is about me. What's your negative thing about yourself?
Yeah, that it's I
am too traditional.
I'm too traditional, or they don't want me. I'm not good enough. I'm not not edgy. I'm not this. I'm not that. Yeah, just that kind of stuff.
What was it? Was it?
Honey, I don't know. I feel like I pray, Neal, and I swear I would pray about it, and I feel like God did not shut that door. Like there was just always something coming down the pike that would, like Nick at Night's Funniest Mom. I was in that. Like there would always be some little nugget that would keep me going, because y'all were out here doing big things, and New York and LA and everybody going and doing and but I would get a little nugget that would just keep me going.
Yeah.
That sounds boring, but that's what happened.
No, well, that's what I'm curious about. Is like, because like I said, you had this hunch, and you're like, I feel like I'm spun.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
I really did.
And I'm just curious as to what kept you going. Like and whether it is a little, you go like, I'm down to my last sort of nickel in terms of self-esteem, and then you get like a little, like you say something funny on the phone, or you say something that's just got like a little more kick. Yeah. And you're like, you know what? I'm pretty fucking funny.
Yeah. If it was in the McDonald's parking lot with a bunch of moms, or it's, at a soccer game or whatever, that kind of stuff kept me going.
Yeah. And people wouldn't believe it, but it's like, no. that was, I know, like a good spark from or just a regular thing. And you go like, okay.
I just knew I had something.
Yeah.
I just did. And I would always, and then I would think, is that egotistical? Is that wrong of me to think that? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I don't. But I always had people in my life like Brian Dorfman at Zanies, who is now my concert promoter.
Great dude.
Wonderful.
Yep.
And is best friends with my manager, Judy. And he would say,
great. Also great dude.
I know.
God. She was great.
But he would say, Leanne, I think you've got something. But he knew I wanted to raise my children. But I always had people that would help me. I always had people that believed in me. The people at the Cap City Comedy Club, Margie Cole, booked me for years when nobody else would.
Yeah.
And Brian would book me, and Stardome would book me in Birmingham, and but there was just little things that would keep me going. And in my mind, I would think, I'm going to Hollywood. And I'm going to be in movies.
I know. It's so funny
crazy.
because at 59, it's so charming and sweet. And at 25, I'd want to drown you in a pond. You know what I mean? But now I'm like, yeah, you were the same person, but now it's like I'm rooting for you. It's like you made it at a point where every single person could root for you.
Thank you,
Which is
Neal.
great. Don't you want me to feel good? Subscribe.